Hey everybody, welcome to Alaska Raceway Parks Track Talk. I'm your host, Michelle. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, live or later. We appreciate you being part of the Alaska Raceway Park Track family and helping us spread the word about all of the cool things that we are doing right here in Alaska. It is an absolutely gorgeous day out today. I got to drive into Anchorage earlier today with Mom, and the sun is shining. I noticed this morning it was actually coming up a little bit earlier when I went to take Teddy to school. So that can only mean that summer is just around the corner. It's just a few short months away. So we've got a couple things that we are working on, and just wanted to let you guys know what we've got going on. So the big thing right now is that I have been out and about dropping off thank you gifts for our sponsors and getting to meet everybody and talk to them about the season and about what we've got going on, and talking with the racers and fans. And of course, thank you guys to everybody who reached out after last week's track talk. I was on a little bit of a hiatus, and it was nice to have everybody's feedback coming back in. Thank you, Jack and Casey, who are tuning in Texas right now. So last week, I let you know about the rules feedback form. There is a link to that on our website. I also put a link to that on our Facebook page, so you can click right on that. We had quite a few more people give me some feedback. And one thing that I didn't think about that has happened, which is kind of exciting, is that folks are giving us feedback not only on things that are in the rule book, but some things that are maybe operational, not necessarily specifically listed in the rule book, but things that might make things a little bit easier. So if you have something that I don't necessarily know about, or you want to give some feedback on maybe the format for races, or something that will improve the driver experience or the fan experience, please go ahead and use that form to give me that feedback. It certainly helps us. We want to get that information from you so that we can make the racing as good as we can get it for everybody here. So let's see, the deadline for rules feedback is the end of the month. So January 31st, I want to get all of that back so we can process it, get it into the rules, and try to get that out as early as possible. I've had 10 different people reach out and give us feedback so far. So thank you to everybody who has done that. And if you haven't, or you have a suggestion, please go in there. If there's something that it doesn't quite fit in there and you want to just give me a call or shoot me a text or an email, I'm happy to get stuff that way too. Employee feedback. I've had a few more employees reach back out and fill in their information and let me know that they're going to be coming back for this race season. So if you haven't done that, please go ahead and do that. If you would like to be considered to be an employee or volunteer for this race season, the forms for that are on our website too. So just go to raceak.com, click the little employee tab, and then there's job application. It's literally 4 questions, who you are, how I can get in touch with you, and what you'd like to do at the track. So we have quite a few people that work out here. There's about 40 of us that are on the payroll for the summertime, and it takes quite a village to make all of this stuff happen. So if you are interested, we would love to have you. You can work at the drag strip, you can work at the oval track, you can work at both tracks. Whatever the situation is, maybe you just want to come and help out when we do special events, because we have quite a few of those too. Would love to have everybody out here, and there are some great perks, like your family gets to come to the racetrack and you can come and spectate for free anytime. So it's a pretty cool place to work. Would love to have everybody out here. Season tickets are online, and last week I threw out a shout out and said I was going to give away this super cool hat to the very first person who signed up and bought the season ticket. And this hat is going to be going to none other than Superfan Tim. So thank you, Tim, for being the first to purchase a 2026 season pass. So I'll get that out to you the next time I'm over in Wasilla. The rest of the tickets are coming. We're working on that. I'm trying to come up with a couple little options for tickets. You may have noticed that there are credit card fees that have been put online on top of the ticket price, and those are going to be put across the board this summer. So if you're paying with credit card, the transaction fee will be on top of the purchase price. There should be a discounted price for cash or just cash, not card, not check. But we'll have a discounted rate for that. And the reason why I am doing that is I've been evaluating kind of, expenses and things like that. And I know that it has been, credit card fees are something that a lot of other places are doing. I've noticed when I go to restaurants and things like that, they include that on top. And it's, a couple bucks here and there. It's not really that much. But over the course of the summer, the racetrack is only open for roughly 4.5 months of the summer. If you put all of our race days into 1 month, it's really like a month and a half of business. We spend in credit card processing fees over $10,000 a year just in fees. And yes, I don't need to have everybody calling me out and telling me how they're going to save me a ton of money on credit card processing fees. We're already paying a pretty good rate, but we just use so much credit card processing that number has become quite a large amount during this season. And so if I can pass on a buck or two here to, our customers and kind of spread that out, then that $10,000 that we would normally spend in credit card processing fees, I could spend on asphalt or concrete or paint or payouts or any of the other things that I would much, much rather be paying for than credit card processing. So that's just kind of how business is going to work this year. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to explain it. But I think that's pretty cut or dry. Anyhow, that was the business part of racetrack. We can get back onto the fun stuff. So anyhow, I'm working on ongoing season prep right now. It's not very glamorous. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of time in the office getting stuff ready. 1099s for those of you that made over $600 racing last year will be out in the mail by the end of the month. Miss Hillary is working on those. W-2s for the employees are going out this week, so you should see those in the mailbox here pretty soon. And I am working on the rest of paperwork for tax season and getting parking spots reallocated. So for those of you who have been patiently waiting on the list, I'm going to be working on that tomorrow and Thursday. So fingers crossed, I will be calling you to let you know that you got a parking spot. Our 2026 focus is going to be working on, building our community here at the track, keeping everything strong, working on operational things so that the flow of everything is going well. I am working on delegating things out a little bit more so we can get more done with less people, not less people, but right now, a lot of everything is falling onto my plate. And so I'm trying to delegate some more stuff out. And that is really hard for me because I am kind of a control freak. You can tell I came from that, from our family. So I'm working on that a little bit. But we're going to be working on strengthening the operations, building our community, and just making Alaska Raceway Park as amazing as it possibly can be. I brought the calendars for you guys to check out. If you haven't seen these, see if I can get this to work right. We have different cars every month. The entire race schedule is on here, including Alaska Speed Week during June and Speed Fest. I have a few more of these. They're available on our website. You can get those, and I will get it off in the mail to you ASAP. I probably have about 20 or so left. So if you are interested in getting one, please, please, please go online and get that. You can pick them up here at the office. I will mail them to you, whatever the situation needs to be. Otherwise, I just wanted to say hey, and thanks to everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being part of the Alaska Raceway Park family. You're the reason why this whole place exists, and I couldn't do it without you. So thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I will see you right here next week on Alaska Raceway Parks Track Talk if I don't see you before. Thanks.